Special guest this morning.
The tennis legend who is often referred to as the greatest player of all time, none other than Roger Federer.
欢迎回来我们的 On 的直播间，
欢迎回来我们的 On 的直播间，我们的 Roger Federer 已经到我们现场了，我们欢迎我们的 Roger。Hello,
how are you?
I was going to give a really long introduction, but then you are here, so I'm like just might as well just introduce you. 其实我一开始的时候本来是要让做一个很长的一个介绍的，但是我们马上就看到 Roger 在我们现场了，所以我相信很多的朋友们都非常期待。We are all very excited to have you here, Roger.
Same for me. Thank you for having me. Yeah, I'm happy to speak to you guys, and I hope we're gonna have a nice.
这边可能要请我们的
工作人员帮一个忙哈，因为其实我们的 Roger 他讲的一些话，我们这边是听不到的，所以我可能要请工作人员帮点忙。Roger will probably
some technical difficulties because we cannot really hear you right now, but we're going to get back to you in just a second. Okay? All right. Give me a thumb up if you hear me.
I can hear you well.
There we go. 好的，是的，其实我们待会儿呢，先让我们的技术人员先帮我们的声音先调节一下。不过在这边还是要特别跟大家讲一下，我们今天是一个很特别的一天，因为我们的双11的这个限定版的 TheRoger Center Court 马上就要跟大家见面，而且这样子的一个限购版本马上就要挑选出来100位可以获得这个限购版本。
对的，并且大家要去 On 的天猫店的首页可以找到参与抽签的这样一个页面，在那边你可以登记你的信息，然后在今天我们直播的结束，也就是差不多50几分钟之后，那 Roger Federer 会帮我们一起抽出这100个幸运观众，可以去买非常限量的鞋款，每一双都有编号。
All right. So Roger, I was just telling to the audience, saying that because just right before 11 o'clock, we're going to lucky draw the 100 lucky winners. They are going to be having the right to purchase the Roger Center Court, the special 11 special edition. Can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you well the whole time. I hope you can hear me now as well.
Okay, so I think our sound is still having some difficulties because we cannot really hear you. 我们这边还是要请工作人员帮我们把声音的部分可能还要调大声一点，因为我们这边可能I'm crying as well
毕竟这是岳阳在通信，
是，
对，
而且我觉得透过，因为其实现在可能也是疫情的期间，所以大家可能在我们岳阳的方式来进行这样子的联系，也是希望说我们的Roger 他其实是跟我们的中国的一些观众，还有跟中国的粉丝们能够有机会能够近距离的接触。对不对？ Because I think it's because due to the COVID-19 that you are all the way in Europe and we are here in Shanghai and it's really long distance. Now, let me try because they give me a okay sign. So can you say something? Let me see if I can hear you.
Could be better. Yeah, I can hear you perfectly still. I hope you can hear me too now this time.
All right, there we go. 是的，我们现在可以听到了。Okay. All right, yes. 好的，我们非常高兴 ，The legend himself, Roger, is finally here in person and in sound. 是的，其实我们今天非常非常的高兴能够再一次碰到我们的 Roger Federer 先生。那我觉得今天是一个很特别的一天，因为我们就像刚刚所讲的一样，我们是 11， 就是双11的 Special Edition， 我们的限量版，对不对？所以我们现在就开始问一下他一些问题，好吧 ？All right. So let me ask you a question. Let's start the interview. So, how are you doing?
Okay. I'm doing very well. It's been an interesting year to say the least, but no, I'm doing well. I'm healthy. Same with my family, my wife. Everybody's good. So, thank you for asking.
是的，我们刚刚一开始的时候，先问一下我们的费德勒先生，就是他过怎么样，最近怎么样？他说现在是一个很特别的一天，很特别的一个时间。那他的家人还有他自己本身，现在都是非常非常健康，而且非常的开心的在一起。But I think a lot of people probably want to know about your knee recovery. How is that coming along?
It's been a long process, and thank you for asking again. But I must say I'm in really good spirits. I feel improvement, maybe not day by day, but week by week. if I look back, I feel like there's good improvements. I was on the tennis court last week, 5 days out of 6 days, which was a lot of fun again. I hadn't done that since February, so that's really good news, and it's encouraging. And of course, I'm working as hard as I can, or as much as the knee is allowing me to. But I'm in really good spirits, which is important. Yeah.
Well, that's great. The spirit is always the most important part, huh?
Absolutely. It's important for an athlete, yes.
是的，其实我们刚刚也问了一下我们的费德勒先生，就是有关于他的那个膝盖的一些之前的一些受伤，那他现在到底 recover 的怎么样？他说他其实现在 recover 也是非常非常的好，最主要是他在精神上面一直都是非常非常正能量的。那另外呢，其实他在上一周的时候，6天的时间里面有5天他就在我们的在打网球，所以我觉得这也是一个非常非常好的一个 sign. So we're all looking forward to you coming back to play tennis match.
And
me too, absolutely. Hopefully next year. Yes, next year at the beginning in January.
Yeah, and here's another question. I think you may be calling from home, and I guess it was a long time since you were at home so much. So how does it feel to be with the family?
Well, I mean, as a family, we always travel together. So from that standpoint, there's not that much change because we always spend a lot of time all together on the road or at home. But it's true, we're not packing, unpacking, organizing trips like we normally are. And it's true, I'm back home in Switzerland. We're enjoying the fall weather at the moment. You know, it's very up and down. You don't know what you're going to get this time of year. But at the moment, it's really beautiful outside. And I must say, I really enjoy being home for a long period of time. The last time I was home for over 6 weeks was probably when I was 16 years old. So this is a long time coming. And as a family, we enjoyed a lot, you know, that we can spend time in one place.
对，我们刚才问费德勒说，我们以为他其实很久没有在家跟家人能待这么长时间了，因为这一段时间的问题。那他其实说，即便他外出比赛的时候，他也是跟家人在一起的，只是现在的区别是，他没有在不停的打包，然后出去外出。然后他说现在但是他在家乡在瑞士的话，他现在的这样一个季节，天气是 up and down，就是有时好，对，时好时坏。但是他此时此刻现在外面天气是特别好的。
是。
对，但他说好像10几岁的时候开始就没有在家待过超过六周，一直在外面。对，所以无论怎么样，他觉得他跟家人在一起是非常好的。
Well, I mean, like spending time with family is always very, very good, very awesome. But can you tell us, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people wants to have the sneak peek into TheRoger's life. So what kind of family life is like? What do you do with your family when you guys are together that you cannot do when you're on tour?
Well, I mean, I think what drops away completely is when we're not at a tournament, is the stress level of me having to play a match and having to be able to sometimes sleep in the morning because I go to bed so late. So everything is just much more relaxed on me, you know, not just for me, but I think also for the children and my wife and the team, you know. So I think for us, it's actually getting together with our Swiss friends, you know. We have a lot of friends from around the world, but the Swiss friends sometimes don't get enough sort of Federer time, if you like. So I think it's been really nice to reconnect with them all. But with the lockdown, it's also been more difficult, you know. But I think in these times, you remember what's really important in life is, you know, of course, health, but then also friends and family. And we've enjoyed being here and going for walks, hikes. We enjoyed, the birthdays and just really, I mean, now the kids also go, the girls especially, they do homeschooling anyways. So we're just trying to be well organized and create a really friendly sort of schedule for everybody. And we can actually plan ahead, which we could never really do, as everything had to always be last minute.
All right. 所以其实对于费德勒先生来讲的话，其实他现在呢，唯一能够做的事情，可能就是待在家里面，跟家里面的一些小孩子啊，还有跟家人待在一起。那其实这也是一个非常难得的一个时光。那其实他周边可能也有一些朋友们，他们之前也是很少能够有时间能够跟费德勒一起来聚在一起的。那现在也可以趁这样子一个时间点，然后跟费德勒能够聚在一起。所以他们有时候可能会去爬山啊，或者是可能会有一些朋友的生日会啊，大家都会聚在一起，这就是我们的费德勒。可能我们平常看到的时候都是一个大明星的一个形象，但实际上面他的私底下也是跟我们的正常人是一样的。
And my next question is about fans in China and your experience in China. So we all know that you have a good relationship with the fans in China. And could you please share some stories or experience in China?
Yeah, true story. I have a very good relationship to all the fans, the tennis fans in China. I really feel my popularity in that country. I always loved coming back this year. Unfortunately, I missed it because of two reasons. Number one, because of COVID-19, but also because of the knee. So I feel sorry that we can't reconnect and see each other all in person, you know. But I think also I go back all the way to 2002 when I qualified for the Tennis Masters Cup at the time in Shanghai at the Expo Center. I came back to open the Shisong Stadium, you know, in 2004. I won the Olympic gold in Beijing, won also the Rolex Shanghai Masters and the Tennis Masters Cup then twice in Shanghai. So, and then I played Hangzhou Exhibition also last year, which was a lot of fun. So I've always enjoyed coming back, and I think the fans are incredibly creative and popular, and they have incredible energy, you know, and I really feel that it makes me want to come back many more times. So I can't thank the fans enough for all their support. I'm sure a lot of them have tuned in today, so I say hi to them all. And next year, obviously, is the year I want to come back to China again.
OK， 他说了太多他在上海的经历，让我来整理一下。
大约是 summarize 一下。
对对对，然后他说，因为几个原因，他可能这一次，他首先他说他之前来到中国的时候，他感觉到他非常的受欢迎，有很多粉丝很喜欢他，很多球迷。然后他说他其实就最近一次没有办法来上海，没有办法来中国，是因为有两个原因，一个方面是因为我们的疫情的原因，还有一方面是他的膝盖，他可能没有办法去参加比赛。然后他说他之前，比如说02年他在做什么来着？他说02年对，反正有比如说在北京拿到奥运会冠军啊，然后能拿2次这个
上海大师
赛的冠军啊，等等等等，他列了非常多他之前。他记得很清楚哦，对吧？
他记得每个细节都很清楚。然后到了杭州，到了上海，到了北京，很多各大小小的一些赛事。
对的。然后他说，粉丝们都非常，球迷们都非常支持他。然后他刚才 say hi 跟大家，然后他觉得他希望他可以尽快的再来到中国，可以跟大家面对面。然后也非常感谢大家对于他的支持。
We are all looking forward to see you in person because I mean it's a really special time that we are having this live streaming through the continents, but we are chatting to each other. I mean, really treasure that. But the thing is, at the same time, really hope that you are here in Shanghai with us. But anyway,
Same for me.
And we also have a lot of questions from the fans for you as well. So let's have a look at some of the questions they have for you. How's that?
Okay.
All right.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm excited.
OK， 其实有很多人对于费德勒可能也会有一些问题，所以呢，我们之前就已经 Amanda 也希望说我们的一些网友们，我们奶牛粉们呢，其实可以在网络上面跟我们分享一下你对于我们的费德勒有什么问题想要问的。所以呢，我们在这边都已经 summarize 有一些问题，所以我们一一的来问他好了。The first question is, what do you do to relax?
I was going to say I'm chasing around my children, but I'm not sure if that's relaxing. I still like to sleep, of course, or relax, watch TV, I guess, you know. I'm still a guy who likes to put on the TV, kick his feet up and maybe watch some sports. And then one thing I've always enjoyed, you know, ever since I came on the tour is to try different types of restaurants with my wife and then with the friends that we have in those cities. I think this is a nice way for me to unwind after a long, busy day.
OK， 所以我们的第一个粉丝们问的问题就是，请问一下费德勒先生，他平常做什么东西来放松自己？他要说，其实他要放松自己的话，第一个可能就是想到说追着他的小孩子们跑，这可能是他放松的一个方式。那另外呢，他其实就像很多正常的一些朋友们一样，就喜欢看电视，然后呢喜欢在家里面睡觉。他是一个非常喜欢睡觉的一个人。所以呢 ，What TV show do you watch now? Is there any favorite TV show that you have?
Not
or just
really,
the
to
tennis
be honest.
game?
You know, everybody. No, but the thing is, during lockdown, I'm sure that everybody has been watching a lot of the TV shows, but for some reason, I haven't watched one. I've always been either on a phone call or with the kiddies, or I'm tired at the end of the day and we go to bed, or we just chat away at home. I remember watching Prison Break and Lost and Entourage, but this is like all like long time ago. So I feel embarrassed saying all these. I've seen some good ones in the meantime, but I don't remember what they were called.
Okay. 好的，其实我刚刚有多补问一个问题，就是说他如果平常在家里面看电视的话，都会看什么样子的电视剧？他其实就讲了他10几年前可能看到，不管是越狱也好啊，或者是 Lost 也好，或者是 Entourage 也好，但他现在其实大部分在家里面看电视剧的时间可能会比较少一点。
对，他经常在打电话会议啊之类的，在工作。
对。
然后他其实刚刚还有提到，他说他其实还有一个放松的方式，是在他跟他的家人去到不同的城市的时候去找好吃的餐厅。
对。这也是一个其中一个放松的一个方式。Okay, so the next question, are you ready for this?
I'll try.
Okay, do you have any superstitions? That's that's interesting.
Not really.
But
I'm very mellow. Yeah, I'm very mellow. I'm very relaxed. I just want to be on time, you know, when it comes to the tennis match or to a meeting. I'm always got this, like a paranoid I'm going to somehow be late for the match, you know, or miss transport, and then everything's going to be a rush, or like the match before that is played doesn't happen. But I just have routines, I guess, you know, tape my ankles, warm up, eat at the right time. So just so I'm professionally prepared for a tennis match. But I'm not very superstitious. I don't use the same shower or go to the same restaurant like some other players I hear they're doing all the time. Maybe being relaxed is a superstition about these things. I'm not sure.
So being on time might be your habit.
It's a habit more, yes.
It's more of a habit, right? OK, 所以我们刚刚第二个问题是问他有没有任何的 superstition，就是有没有任何的
特殊的习惯。
对，他说他其实唯一的特殊的习惯就是非常非常的准时。那不管是在吃饭的时候，或者是上场之前，他不管在什么样子的时间点开会的时候，他其实都是非常准时的人。因为他希望说在准时的同时，他自己也可以准备好。其实我觉得很多的成功人士他们都是这样子，就是一定要非常的准时，非常的 punctual， 非常的 on time。对，我们来看一下下一个问题，你要不要问一个
？Okay, so next one is.What hobbies do you have outside tennis?
What hobbies do you have outside of
tennis?
Yes,
so I mean, I feel like I have not many, you know, for some reason. You know, I used to go skiing, football, squash, table tennis. I do this, and then like a while ago, I just said like I don't want to get hurt, so I'm going to push it all away. So now what I do is like, I mean, I read the papers, I read the news because I want to know what's happening. And I really like calling my friends up and seeing what's happening like this. And otherwise, just really spending time with my children, you know, going for walks with them, seeing them grow up and be there with them. So I think my biggest hobby and job in some ways being a father and a husband and making sure I do my best there. And I guess also I'm a manager, a time manager of my life and my kids' life, and making sure I always wear a couple of watches at the same time so I always know what's going on. I've become like a professional driver. I always pick up and bring my kids to all the activities. It's like a full-time job, I tell you.
It is a full-time job, isn't it?
对
，It is. Yeah.
让我来翻译一下。刚才我们问Roger Federer， 就是关于他除了打网球以外，还有没有自己的爱好？
对，
然后他回答说，他其实曾经有过，比如说滑雪呀，然后有各种各样的运动，包括什么乒乓球啊之类，他都有尝试过。但他后面，因为我们知道职业运动员是要非常小心保护他自己的身体的。
对，
如果他因为在外面做什么事情而受伤的话，其实是非常得不偿失的。所以他后面就完全都不做了。他说他如果说现在他有一个什么爱好的话，他说就是做一个好的父亲和好的丈夫。对，然后他还说就是他也许现在是个全职司机，在接他的小孩。
接他的小孩。
对。
A very good father as well, because if you have to become like 24/7 driver, then you have to become a good father in order to do that. So my next question is, because you do have a new hobby right now, and that is developing shoes, right?
We're talking about shoes.
Right.
Well, let's get back to
it's an exciting one.
It's a very exciting one. So let's talk about the project On, because you are the new member on the On's team. So how did you get into this?
Very naturally, to be honest. I've seen On grow here in Switzerland the last 10 years, and they have grown, and went from strength to strength. Me, obviously, coming from sports, I've seen this. I've seen more and more friends and family wearing the shoes, and then a couple of years ago, I said I really would like to meet them, and just see who is behind the brand. And I went by their offices another day. Then we went for dinner, and we just really hit it off and just had a good chat, a good feeling, And I said, well, let's start producing stuff, or I give you insight, or I give you inspiration, or anything you want, because maybe nothing comes out of it. And then I'm happy that a Swiss brand On is going to be really successful with my input. And if they don't need it or they don't want it, that's okay too. But they seem generally really interested. Yeah. And if we do stuff together, we already have a head start that we can actually launch something way before then other people might think we would have something ready. And that's what happened then with TheRoger. We had a product ready very, very quickly, and it's been a wonderful relationship so far. It's great to be a partner with On, and I think the crossroads of me with my career, with where On is going worldwide, globally, growing as fast as they have, I think it was a perfect moment in time that maybe 10 years ago wouldn't have worked out, and maybe not in 10 years as well. So I think the timing is quite ideal for both of us, and I'm really enjoying the process so far.
OK， 所以我刚刚一开始的时候，我问的就是有关于说我们的 Roger 是什么样子一个时间点，而且是怎么样加入到我们的 On 的团队，因为他可以说是我们的 On 的团队里面最新的一个团队的 member。对，所以他就说，其实他那时候就发现说，在瑞士呢，周边的所有的人，不管是家里面的朋友们，或者是家人们，或者是朋友们，他们其实身上都慢慢都穿上了 On 的这样子的鞋款。然后他也知道说 On 它其实是一个瑞士的一个品牌，所以渐渐他对这个品牌其实是有一个概念，而且是越来越喜欢这样子的品牌的。同时呢，他就找了一个机会，然后刚好就碰到了我们 On 的一个3个创始人，然后就跟他们一起去吃饭。在吃饭的过程当中，他们也慢慢有这样子的一个缘分，而且他们也谈得特别特别的投机。于是他就开始要想说，哎，我是不是可以给你们一些灵感，让你们去创造一些鞋子？我可以去穿你们的鞋子的同时呢，也告诉你们鞋子应该怎么样才可以我们跑步的时候会比较好啊，或者是给他们一些想法，给他们一些灵感。那很自然的，这3位创始人呢，他们也是接受了我们的 Roger 费德勒先生他的一些建议，所以渐渐的他们就开始走在一起，组建了这样子的一个我们现在所看到 On 的这样子一个团队。对，
然后关于这次合作，应该有个视频，对不对？
对，
当时他们宣布的时候。
对 ，So that was almost a year ago that you guys unveiled your collaboration, and you're actually joined the On team that year ago. That was in New York.
Right.
Do you remember that?
No, I remember it. I don't want to say it was one of the days where I was most tired of the year, but it was on the back of my South America tour after touring in Argentina, Chile, Colombia, Mexico, and Ecuador. And then I traveled to New York to unveil the sort of the new collaboration together with On. And I ran through Center Court, Center Court, through Central Park.
Center Court is your shoes name.
That's right. And I ran through Central Park, and it was a great day. Honestly, it was a beautiful day. And the news went around the world. It went viral big time, and it was a lot of fun. I was really happy I did it, and that we could unveil it in one of the great cities of the world was a lot of fun.
对，因为我们刚刚就说，其实，在1年以前呢，他们就发布了说我们的费德勒先生跟 On 这样团队的一个合作。然后那时候他们发布的地方是在美国纽约。那他记得他那时候其实特别辛苦，也特别累，因为他在南美洲的时候，那时候在比赛。
阿根廷还是哪，对吧？
阿根廷、智利啊、Ecuador 那些地方。然后之后呢，他们回到了到了纽约的时候，其实他们就决定要去跑步，到 Central Park 里面去跑步，中央公园去跑步，绿茵茵的，就很多一些树的那个 Central Park 那个中央公园。跑步的过程当中，他其实就看到有很多粉丝朋友们，还有很多的媒体朋友们，所以他觉得说那是一个很棒的一个经验，因为他在里面也非常的开心，能够将这样子的一个collaboration， 这样子的一个合作，这样子的一个他能够那么深度的合作，这样子我们的 On 加入到 On 这样的团队，这样子的一个资讯传递给更多的一些朋友们，他觉得说透过这样子的一个方式，他自己是非常非常开心的。So let's have a look at the video because it's all about a year ago. Let's see how a year ago, how Roger has changed. Let's have a look.
Yeah, let's see.
The tennis legend who is often referred to as the greatest player of all time, none other than Roger Federer.
You didn't look tired at all.
No, I looked in shape and fresh, like you couldn't tell. That was
it
the
looks
point.
like you had like 3 cups of coffee before you go on to the run.
I probably did.
其实刚刚这个视频，刚刚费德勒是讲说，他其实在跑步之前呢，他觉得他自己特别的累。
对。
但是我们刚刚看到这个视频的时候，就觉得说，哎，他看起来其实还是精神奕奕的，像说好像先喝了3杯咖啡以后才去跑步。
职业，这是职业。
Yeah.
Professional, you're being professional.
Professional athlete and just being professional. And just because of your professionalism, you have a lot of fans that is like leaving comments on the in our live streaming room right now. And we are actually gathering some of the comments and I'm going to show you to you later. How's that?
Okay, yeah. Okay, great. Thank you very much. I would love to see them, yes.
And my next question is about the experience in New York 1 year ago. And I want to ask, yeah, I know you are super tired at that time. And so besides tired, because the video looks so fun, is there any more experience or fun story you can share with us at that time, 1 year ago?
Yes, I mean, the thing about that shoot we did was we wanted to keep it very natural, you know, and that's what it was, you know, running through Central Park and through the city of New York City. It's not something I've really ever done before. I went to play tennis once upon a time during the US Open for practice in Central Park, you know, but it wasn't like as long as this shoot. This shoot took most of the day. So as you can imagine, as I was spending time for the sequences, you know, more and more people heard about that I was running around the city and there was a buzz. I also went to one of the morning shows in America and you know, the New Yorkers have a way of being very passionate, very loud, and they were like, oh my God, like, it's Roger Federer, what are you doing here? There was all these little anecdotes and little moments that were just epic, you know, and then speaking to just random people on the side of the street while I'm waiting for the next take, it was unreal. And really, it was quite an experience of a lifetime, to be honest.
OK， 我们刚才问他，就是那一天，他们1年前发布的合作的那一天他们在纽约除了他很累那一天以外，还有什么好玩的事情发生？然后他刚才跟我们说他其实一直想要在美国公开赛的时候去中央公园去练习啊什么的，对，但那一天等于说他第一次在那边进行一个跑步，所以他觉得是很有趣的一次经历。然后他说当时他在整个的拍摄过程中，他可以跟纽约的可能就是随机的某个路人可以哦，你是费德勒，你为什么在这儿？他会有这样的一些对话，然后他可能就是单纯的跟他们聊聊天。然后他觉得纽约是一个非常有激情、非常热情，然后非常不一样的这样一个大都市。然后他那一天反正也见了一些媒体，然后像一些 talk show 啊之类的，然后总而言之那一天就是还蛮丰富的一天。是。
Well, if you have so much fun in New York, you will have a lot more fun in Shanghai if you do the shoot in Shanghai.
Absolutely, run along the Bund or go on the Chinese Wall in Beijing. Well, let's do something cool with on in China. That'd be excellent. I would love that.
And then you're going to be crowded by all of your fans. There will be millions of your fans surrounding you. So you'll be like, oh,
right.
I cannot
and then we'll
even
say
run
2
anymore.
meters distance, social distancing, don't come close.
好的，其实我们刚才讲说，如果你在纽约可以碰到那么多一些粉丝朋友们的话，其实如果你来上海或者是来中国的话，其实你会碰到更多的一些粉丝朋友们，所以他就非常非常的他觉得很开心。他其实如果有机会到长城上面，或者是到我们的外滩上面能够去跑步，碰到一些粉丝朋友们的话，他觉得说也是一个特别好玩的一个经验。So, what was your fans' reaction to the announcement?
Really positive. I mean, quite surprised, I believe, because they didn't know what to expect. It came from nowhere, really. Nobody even heard about it, knew that we were working on this for some time. And I think especially in the tennis world, maybe not everybody was aware of On. Here in Switzerland, everybody knew what the brand stood for, maybe also worldwide. But I think that's again changed in the last couple of years. So very positive and very excited as I love its very much a sort of Swiss made. They're known for their craftsmanship, and I think that's also what I care a lot about. So I think a lot of people really thought the match is actually really excellent, which I'm very happy to hear about as well.
是的，其实我刚才就问说，我们的费德勒先生就是他的粉丝对于这样子的一个合作，他们的是有一个什么样子的想法，他们的反应是什么？他说他的粉丝朋友们反应都是特别特别的正面的，尤其是当我们看到这样On这个品牌呢，在过去的10年的时间，在全世界变成一个成长最快的品牌之一的同时呢，他们其实也同样的在面对这样子跑步这样子的一个运动也越来越热衷，所以呢，其实就可以看到，其实他的粉丝朋友们对于我们的费德勒能够加入到这样子的品牌的大家庭里面。大家都是非常的欣慰，而且非常的开心。
然后其实也有一些人会提出疑问说，他在跟一个球鞋品牌或者跑步品牌在合作，那是不是慢慢的要开始他的企业家之路了？然后是不是慢慢的要离网球越来越远了？要不问问他那个问题？
你自己干嘛不问？Okay, so this question, I don't know why he doesn't want to ask you this question, but he has. Well, I'm going to ask you.
Translate
right.
first.
Okay, so after becoming an entrepreneur, a lot of people probably just asking and saying that. After becoming an entrepreneur, does that mean that you are backing down from the tennis court? But your answer was no before, right? Is that still the case?
Yeah, I understand why he did. Why Amal didn't want to ask me that question, because you don't want to ask that question, because it's I get very mad, very upset, very angry. No, I'm joking. Like nothing has changed. I'm still fighting for my comeback. I want to be back on the tennis court. I would love to play against all the legends of the game and the best players. And I feel like maybe there's a little bit more left in me. And if not, that's it too. But I'm definitely not stepping away of the game right now. But it's fun to be entrepreneurial, philanthropist, tennis player, dad, all this stuff at the same time. It's an experience in itself. But no, I'm not retiring anytime soon.
Hooray!
We are looking forward to your comeback.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. Thank you, Amal.
我要先翻译一下。天哪 ，We have to translate first. Okay, you're in the rush. Okay. 刚才我们的阿姆他特别在问说，请问费德勒先生，因为其实在之前呢就有人问过他这个问题了，就是如果你现在变成一个企业家，是不是就代表说你从我们的网球生涯里面可能慢慢就要退隐了？但是他之前我们的费德勒先生他就讲说他不会退隐的，他现在的答案还是一样，他不会退隐。打网球是他终身的热爱，而且他希望能够跟所有大师级以及那么好的一些球员们，大家互相的切磋他们的球技。所以他觉得说，所以他现在反正答案还是一样的。他很 enjoy 当企业家，也很 enjoy 当慈善家，同时也非常的 enjoy， 非常的享受当一个我们的网球的选手，能够在全世界各个不一样的比赛里面，与很多的我们网球的选手们，大家一起来切磋球技。所以 he's not retiring, all right?
No.
Nope. Make it official. Nope.
As simple as that. I could have just said no as well. Yes, exactly.
All right.
So let's talk about the shoes.
Okay, let's talk about the shoes.
TheRoger Center Court.
Yeah.
So
TheRoger Center Court.
Yeah, my next question is about shoes. I know you already work with the On design and develop team. So how does it feel to be a shoe developer?
A shoe developer. Do you like the name?
No, but it's yeah, it sounds good, right? It's better than a shoe salesman, you know. But no, but it's a lot of fun, and I'm now particularly excited now that TheRoger, you know, from On is out in the market and people have queued up. I don't know if you saw those pictures in Zurich at the one famous store we have here, and to see the excitement around the shoe has been great. It's been very well received, I feel, you know, around the world. And my favorite part now is to ask people if they like the shoe, you know, because that's really what I care about the most, is that when you wear a shoe, it's comfortable, it's what you wanted it to be, and not a disappointment, but rather like, like a fun experience and a good experience. And so far, I've received a lot of it. But of course, I would like to see more Rogers go into the market, and the franchise will keep on growing in the next years with On. We're going to make sure that more and more people can buy them. At the moment, obviously, it's slow and it's limited, as you know, but after that, it's going to start exploding, I believe. And then we'll see more and more people with the shoes. And it's been an amazing process for me, one I really, really enjoyed. Yeah, thank you.
OK， 我来翻译一下，因为我们今天大概还有差不多20分钟之后，就会由费德勒先生来给我们抽出100个可以购买那100双超限量鞋子的这样的名额。对，然后我就问了一些关于鞋子的问题，问他说 ，OK， 那他已经在跟 On 的这个设计师也好，或者是开发人员，已经工作过一阵子了。然后那我问他，作为一个球鞋开发者，他有什么样的感受和体验？然后他就说，他觉得他现在。怎么说？他先开了个玩笑，他说 ：“OK， 做一个设计鞋的人总比去做卖鞋的人强。”然后他又说他现在有一个非常大的爱好，就是问别人你觉得那双鞋怎么样，穿起来怎么样？因为他很在意这个鞋子穿起来是否舒服，然后也很在意大家对他是否满意。然后他说现在可能只有很少的量在投入市场，但是他说之后会有更多的鞋子，他希望可以看到更多的人穿上这双鞋子，然后并且很喜欢这双鞋子，他很享受这个过程。
所以其实当我们看到费德勒他其实现在在研发这个鞋子的过程当中，其实就有点像是我们在 tennis court 是一个 superstar， 但他有点到幕后里面去做一些幕后的工作一样。So that's what we talk about because I mean on the tennis court you are a superstar obviously, but right now when we are developing shoes, it seems like this is more like a behind the scene. It's more like it's the process of making shoes. How do you feel about the process of making shoes? Is that different from how you perceive it before?
Yeah, I mean, it is different, you know, because obviously I come in as a very humble person, knowing that I'm maybe good at tennis, but I don't know how good I am at building let's say a tennis-inspired sneaker silhouette, you know. So for me, it was important that I can feel like open. I feel I can make mistakes, and that I can say anything I feel because it's going to carry my name. And that I just said, like, look, I'm just going to say everything I feel like it, and you tell me what your opinion is. And then you know how it is sometimes, out of 10 things you say, only 2 really have to stick sometimes, but those are the ones that are going to be the change or to another, you know, sneaker company that do an incredible job already. So I think they've been really welcoming and, you know, being very open about everything I said. And I was really excited to build, to start off with On and remember their, you know, their history coming from a running company. I said, I don't want the first shoe to be a tennis shoe, to be honest. If it can be a off-court shoe, an off-court sneaker, you know, that is for everyday use, but with the technology that you know from running, I think, and it'd be like the most comfortable, let's say, tennis-inspired sneaker silhouette. I think this is what we're looking to create, if you agree. And they thought that was a great idea. And I don't want to say risky because a lot of people nowadays wear these sneakers, you know, for everyday world. And I think it would make me also very, very proud if me together with On, I could bring them there. And I think that's what happened. And I'm so happy about the feedback I've been receiving from the people.
所以其实对于费德勒来讲的话，他一开始的时候，他可能就是一个因为来到一个完全不一样的一个领域里面，所以他可能就会投入很多不一样的一些想法，还有不一样的一些点子。那可能大部分的一些想法，On 的团队不一定会全部的采用，因为其实这些东西可能他们自己本身的技术都已经 cover 了。那但是其中就会有1-2个东西，他们就是觉得特别的惊艳。尤其是我们的费德勒特别想说，我们一开始来做这款鞋的时候，我不想要做一个我们这个关于网球的鞋，而是我希望说能够是在网球之外的一些活动里面，跑步的时候我们也可以穿到的一个鞋款。所以他们那时候就觉得说，哎，这个想法也不错，所以他们就开始造就了我们这样子的一个合作，而且呢也出了我们的第一款鞋，那就是 TheRoger Center Court。All right, the Roger Center Court 其实就是我们的 Roger Federer 跟 On 合作的第一款鞋款。所以呢，我们这样子的话，到底这是一个什么样子的鞋呢 ？We have a video clip about the Roger Center Court. Let's have a look at it.
All right.
来看一下。
We waiting?
来，我们看一下视频 ，The Roger Center Court 的视频。
在这个视频播放的之前的间隙，要提醒大家，现在距离我们最后截止报名去进入这个 raffle 这个池子里面的时间还有10分钟了。
最后的10分钟。
对，距离发售、距离选出那100个人还有15分钟，但是5分钟前我们会停止接受这个报名，所以你现在可以去到我们的天猫旗舰店的首页 ，On 的这个天猫旗舰店首页可以看到有这样一个入口，登记你的信息，这样一会儿你也许才是那100个被抽中的幸运儿。
所以在北京时间11点钟，我们的费德勒他将会抽取我们的100位可以拥有这样子的购买权，拥有购买我们双11限量版购买权的这个幸运儿。所以现在赶快来到我们的页面去登录。那到底什么是我们的 Roger Center Court 呢？我们来看一下视频。
Special guest this morning. The tennis legend who's often referred to as the greatest player of all time. None other than Roger Federer.
So this is the Roger Center Court. How do you feel about being behind this, being the idea, being the muse of the Roger Center Court?
Feels really exciting and something completely different to, of course, what I do on a tennis court or on a daily basis, with whatever we do. So this is nice to sort of also launch it now, maybe in even more so in China as well, that people have seen it. I hope they like the clean look, of everything. And, I really hope, I'm really happy to hear the feedback. So please send me some comments coming in from the people, because I really want it to be looking clean and crisp, and that they feel the tennis inspired style, because I think our sport has such a great history and heritage, which I really wanted to highlight with this shoe. And obviously, as you know, and we said we're going to grow the franchise, there's going to be so many more cool ways of making the Roger, going with the times and changing it up with colors as well.
好的，其实我们的费德勒对于这样子的 Roger Center Court 也是非常具有一些期待的心里面，而且他觉得是非常兴奋，能够把这个东西分享给各位所有的朋友们，所以他也很期待说大家对于这样子的一款鞋款会有什么样子的一些评价，他也特别的期待，所以到时候如果大家对于这个款鞋款有什么样子的一些想法，或者是有什么样子的想要跟他讲说这款鞋款你们非常喜欢的话，都可以在我们下面跟我们评论一下，好不好
？Okay, so actually, I am a super sneakerhead, and I want to know about maybe some details on the Roger Center Court, maybe some leather materials or stitchings. Could you share about that?
Yeah, I mean, the upper of the sneaker is a vegan leather. I don't know if you know that, but I think it looks really great and it's really comfortable. And I think that's was our big goal as well, you know, the sustainability factor, but also at the same time not forget how important comfort is, because there's nothing worse than the whole blister story, or it's just not comfortable and it hurts and all that stuff. So we wanted to make sure with the technology, with the springboard we have underneath of the shoe and the Cloud Tech, that is actually, we keep that alive, you know, but we're going to cover the Cloud Tech on the side. So it's not the on shoe as you know it from the outside, but if you look at it from the sole side, from the bottom, you actually can see the Cloud Tech and the springboard, which I think is actually going to be a very nice detail moving forward in the future, because we can really highlight that, you know. And then the stitching, like you said, I think is very nice also, because I just think it reminds us a little bit of my sport, tennis, really, if you like, that's where the shoe comes from as well.
OK， 那我们刚才问Roger Federer 关于这双鞋子的一些细节，他有什么可以分享给我们的？关于一些制造中他的一些材料的选择。然后他说，其实我不知道有没有人知道，这双鞋子的整个鞋面的皮革其实是人造皮的。
人造皮革。
对，其实它是。他觉得这件事情非常重要，因为它关乎着一个环境保护，他觉得这是一个可持续发展的这样一个项目。然后他说，其实这双 Center Court，这双鞋子它并没有像常规的 On 的鞋子说有很比如说那种结构啊，有那种方块的结构在外面那个 Cloud Tech，但其实这双鞋是有的，它是有的，只是它把它包起来，然后藏在了里面，包括那个整个的这个稳定片其实都在里面。然后他觉得。整双鞋子是非常低调的，非常干净的，是这样的一双鞋子。然后他也期待之后可以做一些更不一样的东西。
So, do you remember the day that when you first receive, when you first have seen the Roger Designer Court in front of you? Do you remember the day? And do you remember what was the sensation? How did you feel when you first wearing it? Did you go like, wow? Did you jump around, or what was it like?
Good question. I think it must have been for the July 6th announcement that we did together, you know. We did it on a celebration date. It's when I won my first Wimbledon in 2003. So we picked that date to launch the Roger shoe officially. And I was wearing from the Zero series, the 0000 shoe, I believe. And that was when the time I put it on the first time, and I was like, just please fit, please just be as good as I wanted it to be. And very exciting. And then, like I said, I think for me, the more exciting part is almost seeing other people wearing it and going like, oh, this is really, really good. I love it. And this is what makes me most happy, to be quite honest.
OK， 其实他第一次穿上这个鞋子的时候呢，其实就是当他在发布这个鞋子的时候，是在7月6号。其实这个日子对他来讲也是一个很具有代表性的一天，因为在2003年的7月6号是他第一次获得了温布顿网球赛里面的冠军，所以呢，这也是对他来讲是一个很特别的一个日子。所以当他穿上的时候，他自己也很兴奋，他也在想说，这个东西到底会不会跟我想象中一样那么的好穿？结果他穿上了以后，果真，然后他也是一样特别兴奋，然后跟所有的朋友们讲。对，这是一个很好的一件事情。对
，OK， 所以其实我们现在看到时间已经还有8分钟的样子，差不多。
Okay. So we have 8 more minutes, just right before we get into the lucky draw. Okay. So right now, because I know that we do have a very special edition that we have to show it to people, because it's for the Double 11 special edition. It's only for the fans here in China. 因为接下来马上再过7分钟以后就要到我们最后抽奖的时间了，但是大家都知道，其实我们这一次呢的 Roger Center Court 其实有一个出了双11的限量版本，而这个限量版本呢其实是只有在中国才有的，只有在中国给我们中国粉丝朋友们，所以它到底看起来什么样子 ？So how does it like? What does it look like? How do you? I mean, how is it different from the Roger Center Court? Ladies and gentlemen, please. Roger, would you unbox the special edition 011?
So I have a box here, and I don't have the shoe yet, to be honest. I only just received the box yesterday. So this is number 27, and it's a size 8. So I don't have my shoe yet, but let's have a look how it looks like.
You don't have your shoes yet? How is that possible?
A little bit of a special edition.
Only 100 pairs.
I know. That's how it goes. So you get a really nice sort of a cloth bag on the inside with the logo on it. And then here's the shoe. Look at this. So this is it, and it's got the red on top at the tongue. And there's only 100 made of this one, and they're for China only for this raffle. And I hope I can get maybe one extra one, or maybe I get one of the 100, even though I don't want to take anyone away from the 100. So I hope people like it. It's got a little bit of the gold as well, which I think is always very nice. It's got the on the back of this one. And let me check, and I think it should have the R on the other one.
Oh, they also have it on the other one as well. Well, look at that. Oh, that is so nice. OK， 在这边跟大家讲一下，其实我们现在所看到的这个是我们的双11的限量版，而这个限量版呢，其实是全世界里面只有100双，而且这100双都只有在中国而已。所以刚才我们的 Roger 费德勒先生呢，他特别也帮我们做了一个 unbox， 就是帮我们开箱，而且也看到哦，我们这边有一双，
这边也有一双。We have one too.
We have one too. But this one's a little bit too small for me.
Okay. Exactly. Mine is too small too.
And the number is 49. Here they are.
The number is 49. Okay.
Number 49.
但是我们这边呢，其实可以跟大家讲一下我们的特别版，这个限量版本的100双，它跟平常到底有什么不一样的地方？因为我们剩下最后5分钟，赶快去注册，赶快去注册，快点！你没有注册的话，你真的没有办法抽奖，赶快注册，最后14秒，点到我们的主页，真的赶快去注册一下，你才可以抽奖，好不好？
Let's go.
趁现在这个时候
Let's
right
go.
now, you have to register. 好 ，OK， 跟大家讲说这个有什么不一样的地方？你看它的鞋舌，它是红色中国红，所以它其实是专门给我们在中国的一些粉丝们所设计的。然后在后面呢，其实我这一支它后面写了一个 R， 就代表是 TheRoger。然后在这边呢是我们 On 的 logo， 它是金色的 logo。所以呢，所以大家可以看到，其实它在很多细节的上面，其实是跟我们的那个 The Santa Claus 是有点不太一样的。这样子限量版。
Towel dust bag。
对，还有我们这个
像毛巾一样的一个
去尘袋，对吧？防尘袋，这个也是专门是要送给大家。我们盒子也不一样，上面是我们的中国红，所以限量的100双的购买权，我们刚才登记已经截止了，最后的5分钟的时间，我们费德勒先生他将会抽出来100位可以拥有这100双。限量版双11限量版购买权的朋友。All right, so yeah, this is the special edition 011. So nice.
That was exciting. I'm so happy to reveal the Roger, Center Court 011. Yeah, it's a good looking shoe. I really like it. Thank you.
Is that the reason that you're wearing a red T-shirt inside?
A little bit. I thought I would hint it to you guys. Paying attention, I like it.
是我们的费德勒今天里面也穿了一个红色的 T-shirt。
对，问他是不是为了这个特殊的版本而选择了这个红色 T-shirt。
我的 011。好的，所以我们接下来剩下3分钟的时间。We have 3 more minutes before we do the lucky draw, and during these 3 minutes, I'm going to ask you a couple questions from the fans.
Yeah.
How's that? Okay. So, our next question would be, what is your favorite food?
Wow.
That should be easy, right?
Yeah, it should be easy. But as you know, I'm a bit of a foodie as well, and I love going around the world and trying great restaurants. And I guess I would like to get more into street food as well. You know how it is, go around and to try that. But I haven't really done that enough. But at the end of the day, I always come back to the Swiss food or the Italian food. Somehow those end up being my favorites. In Switzerland, we have famous raclette and cheese fondue, very much cheese-based, or we love our potatoes. And in Italy, obviously, everything with pasta, pizza, the ice creams, and a good coffee to start off the day is always important for me. But I love trying, Mexican food, Peruvian food, Chinese, Japanese, Indian food. I mean, honestly, I'm everywhere. I'm happy I try everything because I used to be vegetarian and growing up when I was younger.
所以我们的费德勒先生他最喜欢的是什么样子的食物呢？我们刚刚有一些粉丝朋友们之前就已经透过我们来问这样子的问题。他说他其实什么食物他都非常非常喜欢，尤其是像那种街头食物，那种街头那种摆摊的那种食物他特别喜欢。但是如果回到最原始的话，他还是喜欢我们意大利的食物，还有什么瑞士的一些食物，包括说我们的巧克力啊，或者是它里面这个土豆啊，然后或者是 pasta 就意大利面啊等等。但是如果要讲到全世界食物的话，墨西哥食物、中国食物，他都非常非常喜欢的。But you have been to China before, so is there any favorite Chinese food that you had that you still remember that you like a lot?
Yeah, I like the Peking duck. You know, I like the dumplings, and I like just trying new things from time to time. I'm always a little bit scared, you know, if I'm not in a great restaurant to take chances with tennis around the corner. You know, like the next day, I don't want to have food poisoning from any country, any restaurant. So at the end, I always go very safe usually. But once then the tennis career would end, long time away, we know, then I'm going to be more exploring different types of food and the more crazier things, let's be honest.
所以他其实对于食物这方面的话，他其实是非常非常具有那个具有挑战性的，所以他会挑战各种不一样的一些食物。而且我刚刚就问他说，在中国还有什么食物印象特别深刻？像什么北京烤鸭啊，或者是我们的水饺啊，他印象里面都是非常非常的好吃。所以呢 ，I'll really hope that you can be back to China very soon, so we can take you out to go try all different restaurants. Okay, so we do have another
Absolutely
15 seconds left. 我们接下来还有15秒的时间，最后的15秒的时间。All right, so are you guys ready? 大家准备好了没有？来 ，5, 4, 3,
4, 2, 3, 2, 1, 0.
There we go.
OK， 在这里要提醒大家，如果你被选中了的话，你会在很多平台，比如说 App， 比如说天猫，比如说短信上，你都可以收到你的提醒。
对，
但你如果真的成为这幸运的100个人的话，
对，
你一定要在30分钟内去付款哦，不然的话，你的鞋子可能就不是你的了。
你的名单就会变成我的了，好不好？那如果说你没有被抽中的朋友的话，也没有关系，因为11月5号我们有更多 On 以及费德勒的特别合作系列的惊喜会等待着大家，所以千万不要错过。Well, it's really nice chatting to you, Roger.
Same for me. Thank you for having me.
It's been an hour. Can you believe that? Time flies.
Flash. So congratulations to the 100 people who got the shoes. I'm very excited for them who got it, and I'm sorry for the ones who missed out. But there's going to be more cool stuff coming from On and me. So please stay tuned. But thank you for having me on the show, and I cannot wait to come back to China very soon. And I hope everybody is safe and healthy.
OK， 我们费德勒呢，他也希望所有的朋友们都非常的健康，而且呢，也恭喜那些获得我们购买权的100位的朋友们。那如果说你没有购买，你没有抽到这样子的购买权的话，也没有关系，因为接下来我们的 On 还有费德勒呢，还会出更多的一些非常有趣，而且非常我们具有科技还有具有先进版的一些鞋，到时候也会等待着大家。所以我们再一次谢谢费德勒 ，Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Well, even though he's not really here, but still, thank you for it.
Take care. I know. I felt like I was there. Thank you, guys. Take care.
All right, big hug.
Thank you.
Big hug.
Absolutely.
Big hug. Big
Bye.
hug. All right. Good night.
See you
Bye.
guys.
我们再次谢谢费德勒，谢谢。
谢谢。
谢谢。